Hi class, welcome to ALEC 830, Entomology 830, which is the Development of Distance Education courses. Great to have you in the class this semester. This is my fourth time, I believe, teaching this course, and this course is really about how you develop an online course, and it's a lot about design, some about theory and how you do this in a proper or good fashion, and also we're going to be covering some of the history of development of distance education courses, which is quite a long history. Because a lot of the courses are now facilitated almost entirely online, we're going to spend a lot of our time talking about online courses or courses that are facilitated through products like Canvas, which is what we're hosting this course in. I think it's always kind of interesting. We're teaching a course about teaching online, and it's delivered online. So you can understand some of the challenges and the interesting aspects that involves in teaching a course like this. I've had probably about 50 students, maybe even a little bit more, take this course over this 4 years. And I always listen to student feedback, and so I'm always revising a few things in the course. However, one of the things that's universally liked about this course is the end product of what you're going to develop is your own Canvas site that's going to have a module in it, a teaching module, where you're teaching a particular concept, which could be about insects, could be about, let's say, I've had people do like horse showing before, could be about teaching science, anything you want and something that interests you. And those modules are going to contain 2 different lessons, so think of 2 45-minute class sessions taught online. And so we're going to, throughout this course, start with some basic history and theory about teaching via distance ed. This course is not super heavy on theory because it is an intro course. I want to give you enough but not also overwhelm you with a bunch of readings and texts that may not be accessible to you. This course was previously taught a number of years ago. I think the last time this instructor taught it was probably 10 years ago now by a faculty member in ALEC, and that course was really a reading course about theory behind it, and they spent a lot of time at the discussion board discussing things. And when I took the course over and I changed it a little bit about 5 years ago, I decided I wanted to do more hands-on and applied aspects and activities for the course. And so my philosophy in teaching courses, especially graduate level courses, is a lot of hands-on activities and projects. So you're going to be doing that in this course. In addition, you're going to have some reading and discussion assignments. You also have guest speaker assignments, and that is we have a few pre-recorded speakers, and some we'll add new in this semester, of speakers on different topics of distance education. A lot of people are teaching via distance. I think it's always good to expose you to different opinions and different experts in the field or people that are actually teaching beyond what I do because it gives you a different perspective on the applied aspects of teaching via distance. So we'll have some guest speakers, which I'm always excited about, and then you'll have an opportunity to think on some of those to ahead of time submit questions. I'm going to be revising some of the course this semester. I've already started some of that, and I will, the first few weeks, not have all the content posted ahead. It'll take me a few weeks to get things updated, and also I'll be requiring you to come to some live class sessions. I'm going to ask that you come to 2 of those this semester. I have 3 scheduled during those weeks sometimes. I'm going to look at your schedule. We'll do a poll everywhere or something like that to gather or doodle or gather your times that you're available and times that you're not generally available. And then it'll help me schedule sometime during those weeks. Some will be during the day, some evening. I'll probably schedule a 4th time, just depending upon your schedules and what's available. You need to attend 2 of those out of the 3 or 4 that I'll schedule to get full credit. What it means is you show up, participate in the hour-long session. I'll ask that you submit some questions ahead of time to drive the discussion. I'll also have some questions written as well to drive that discussion. I've gone more and more into the distance courses. Now everyone that I teach has this sort of online live meeting element to it. I've received universal feedback from students that that's an appreciated part of the course. I know we're all signed up for a distance course, maybe where you don't want to interact with people that much because of scheduling. because you just don't want to attend a live class, but I still think having these sessions are really useful, and that's the feedback I receive from the students. We'll work on scheduling sometimes that hopefully we can all attend. Understanding that, it may be difficult for some of you to attend all those sessions, but you'll be graded on 2 out of the 4. This class has quite a little bit of work. When I initially did it, I had assignments due every week. I've scaled that back a little bit as I teach more via distance. I think students appreciate some rest time and also more time to do some of these assignments. We'll be building up to that final course project in a final course paper that's due the last week. So I want to give you enough time to let the information soak in. For some of you, this will be a brand new experience, maybe even taking a distance course. And for many of you, it'll be an experience, first time, maybe none of you have ever taught via distance or developed any materials for delivery online. So understanding that, we've got some basic information to cover and a lot of ground to cover over the course of the semester. So I've kind of scaled things back a little bit to allow you more time. So you may notice we don't have some activities due in some weeks. That's to give you more time to do a good job on those bigger assignments and also to allow you time to read and soak in. We do have a course book that's posted. Make sure you get the 2nd edition. I believe the links that I've posted in the announcement have the information to link directly to that 2nd edition of the Vi and Saluski book. I find that book really easy and practical. I can't find my copy here. I'm looking for it. What's really nice about that is it's a practical book. It's one that is not super heavy on theory, but the items, the suggestions, the discussion of things in those chapters of this book, the Essentials for Online Teaching, are really practical and have theory behind them. So we don't have a theory book per se. The first time I taught this, first couple times I taught this, I used a book on theory of distance education, which is great, but I think for many students, they didn't see a practical life beyond the course for that book. So I've selected a book and then provide you handouts and readings throughout the semester to read on supporting the particular aspects of the course, and the book itself you can use later throughout your career as you develop and do distance education. There's a lot of really good information there about course design. Other than that, I think the coolest aspect of this course I'm going to try to foster better this semester is sort of peer aspects of the course. We're going to help set up buddies here in this semester, and that's one of the first things we'll do in the first few weeks. Is I'm going to ask you to find a buddy in the course, and that person will help you. You kind of work together on a few things. I've scaled some of that back. I don't foster that as well as probably as I should, just because I think of all the information we have to go over and the time that's spent. But I want to make you aware of the practical aspects for that. If you have a course where you need to do group work, or want students to do peer review, which you're going to do in this course as one of the assignments, it's good to have some relationships established with a buddy in the course. So we'll find that. We're just let you know we won't foster that as well as we possibly could, but we'll have that there, and then that person will be the person that helps peer review your course. If we have an odd number, we'll have 3 buddies in a group, and we'll go from there. So we'll establish those as we go a little bit into the semester. One thing I encourage you as students, if you do have questions, don't hesitate to email me. Expect an email within 24 hours. If I miss you, don't email back in 24 hours. Please politely remind me. The easiest way of doing that is resending that same email. And what will usually happen in my mind when I see the email again, I go, oh, darn, I forgot to respond to that student. I hate to kind of hate to admit I sometimes miss emails, but it happens. I have about 80 to 100 emails a day that I actually have to do something with. And really, sometimes days like that, it's really hard for me to get back to you instantly, or I'll forget. I'll bookmark you and then get in the next day and I'll forget you. I just politely ask that you send me the same email again. It'll spark me to probably panic and send you an email back. So that's just how it works for a lot of folks. Matter of fact, it's harder for me with undergraduate students. I'm teaching an undergraduate student course this semester. And when I said I'm going to be emailing them, students gave me a look like, why wouldn't you text me? And that's just because younger generations are now texting because they want an immediate response. And I think it's probably more practical for them with the environment they live in. I'm not saying I'm there yet in that environment. I do a lot of texting personally, but not with students as much. And, I think a lot of it has to do with sort of it's hard. Email is just kind of not as accessible. You have to like get effort to go into it. And so anyway, that's just how approaching email. A lot of students, and sometimes I'll even ask you if it's a real complex issue you're having. If you don't explain it very well in the email, I'll say, do you just want to set up a time to talk about what's going on, a half hour or whatever? If you want to talk to me over the phone or in person if you're in town, that's great. Love to do that. I ask that you email me, try to schedule time with me to do so. I'm in and out of the office quite a little bit. I do have a lot of travel this semester. So in order to find a time that works with my schedule and your schedule, we just sometimes have to schedule that ahead of time. You can try catching me in the office, but a lot of times I'm not in, and if you leave me a message, it's going to take me longer to get back to you than probably just arranging a time to meet. So that's just a heads up. I'm happy to talk to you in person or over the phone. Just email me to get a time arranged. Other than that, with me rambling on, which I tend to do, I don't want to give you too much more information on this video. Check out the syllabus. I've got the dates and days updated. There is a rest week for spring break in there. Another towards the end of the semester, we have bigger assignments due and a little bit more time for those. So the smaller assignments kind of go away. I encourage you to check out that syllabus and email with any questions. Also, to classmates, there is an open discussion board in our site that I encourage you to ask questions and share information with each other about the course site. A great way to catch me and email me is through the inbox in your Blackboard site, or excuse me, Canvas site. I taught with Blackboard for about 20 years, so I'm still saying Blackboard, but in the Canvas site. Check that out, and you can email me. It's through that system. It does push an email out to me. A lot of times I'll use that system because it goes right to you. I don't have to fish for your email. It goes right to email that you're checking Canvas with. So I encourage you to use the inbox within Canvas to contact me. Other than that, hope you have a great semester. Hope you enjoy the sessions. Hope you enjoy the live sessions and the other folks that are going to be doing some lecturing and discussions with us. And like I said, if you have any questions, contact me. Anyway, looking forward to a great 2018, and talk to you soon. Bye.